What is disillusionomics? Recently, I came across the term in a Yahoo Finance article and it immediately caught my attention. Today, I want to explain what disillusionomics means and how it applies to your life. And I'm hoping that by the end of the video, you'll have some clarity on how to proceed with continuing to build on your financial and mental health in these difficult times. First, what is disillusionomics? According to the article, disillusionomics is the rise of Gen Z rejecting conventional financial wisdom and the idea that everything in life should be commodified. It is a way to cope with an uncertain and mystifying future. Don't you find it so weird that rejecting financial wisdom is a method of coping? In simpler terms, young people don't believe the system works the way they were told it would. They grew up hearing, work hard, stay loyal to your job, and you'll prosper. Now it's a little bit harder. To be fair, some of Gen Z's frustration goes too far, but honestly, some of it also makes sense. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. Housing is expensive. Meanwhile, the media tells us the economy is doing great because the stock market looks healthy. But most people aren't thinking about the Dow every day. They're thinking about gas prices, groceries, rent, the price of a gallon of milk. Except in my case, I buy almond milk, which is always slightly pricier, but such is the life of a non-dairy person. As everyday costs rise, people have less money to invest anyway, which is another reason many young people feel disconnected from the current financial system. That disconnect is fueling disillusionomics. And despite inflation and rising costs, consumer spending keeps going strong still. Why? Because many people, especially younger people, have stopped believing old financial advice applies to them. In other words, if my money keeps losing value, why wait to spend it? I won't beat around the bush here. It is depressing to look at. And this isn't just a trend that'll go away like so many other trends do on social media. This is an entire generational mindset shift. And I get it. The inflation spike in 2022 permanently changed how I think about money as well. Now I could never go back to how I thought and felt about money before that time. But we still have a choice. We can embrace economic nihilism, or we can pursue a lifestyle built on hope and intentionality. One encouraging thing from the article that I found is that younger people are starting to value quality over status symbols. They're becoming less tolerant of overpriced junk. And honestly, that's a good thing. That's something encouraging to look at. So you might ask, what do we do? First, we accept reality the way it is. This disillusionomics bubble will only continue to get bigger. Apathy is so deeply ingrained in our culture now that it's going to take years and probably even some major societal changes to dig it out. Instead, focus on what you can control: your habits, your spending, your priorities. Second, and this sounds simple, but I promise it's harder than one might think, we need to start weighing the value of everything we buy. And I mean everything. For example, recently I've been hesitating over just buying a $4 coffee. Not because I can't afford it, but because I know exactly what happens. I drink it for an hour, it's gone, and the money disappears with it. But recently, John Acuff released a new book about overcoming procrastination. That book cost more than the coffee, but I bought it instantly, no second thoughts. Why? Because it'll last forever, basically. I can reread it, and the book provides me value that I can add to my life and can stay with me for a long time. That's value, which is why I've decided it was okay to buy a book for $20 versus buying a temporary thing that'll last less than an hour for $4. Fill your life with things that can have actual value, and it will bring much more joy, much more happiness to your life than something that's really, really temporary and small and may not even provide anything beneficial to you except maybe a brief, adrenaline rush or a dopamine hit. The economy today is not the economy of 2019. Most people know that already. They just don't want to accept it. But we should. Because once we accept reality, we can focus on the things we can control. And one of the biggest is learning how to recognize real value. That's where financial peace starts. There's another trend I've been fascinated by lately too. People are moving back toward old tech, physical media, and simpler living. I've started exploring that in my own life, and I'll be talking more about it soon. So, if you want to continue this journey toward financial peace and simple living, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're ready to start your financial peace journey now, check out this video right here.